Hello my friends, I hope you're having a lovely day, and in today's video we're doing something a little bit different. I took some questions about Paper Mario, the Origami King from our Patreon members, and I answered them on this weekend's podcast. So I thought I would snip out that segment and play it for you here. There's a lot of insight in this segment that wasn't in our video preview, which focused mostly on battles and partner characters. There's a whole bunch more discussion in there. Hopefully you find it interesting. We'll get into that in a second. I just want to say thanks to all of you who watch this. Thanks for liking, watching, subscribing, and commenting. It's very much appreciated. Also, a huge thank you to those of you who support the Patreon, which is just $1. If you want to learn more about that, you can check out a link in the description below. But let's get into the whole point of this video. Stay tuned for Paper Mario, the Origami King discussion. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to talk about Paper Mario, but now I am. I'm not allowed to talk about all of it, but I can talk about some of it. I did a video preview that focused on the battle system and the partner characters because I know, or I believe that is what people wanted to hear the most. And the video did really well. I have to say thank you very much, everybody who checked that out. There was somebody on Reddit who, there was a big discussion on Reddit, surprise, surprise, about people being angry about everything. And somebody shared my video, and they were like, I watched this guy's video, and he gives really detailed impressions on the battle system, and blah, 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 blah. And they were recommending it to people, and I messaged them. I was like, thank you so much for sharing it, because it seemed like a lot of people really liked the video, and I was over there.
He said, shut up. I don't want to be here. And you found out it was Josh.
I was
Josh is posting on Reddit.
Answering questions over on Reddit because people were talking and being nice. And it was very nice, very rare, outside of Go Nintendo circle, nice interaction on the internet. But yeah, I've been playing it, so you can check out that video for my impressions on there. But I opened up questions over on the Patreon as well. I said, if you had some questions about Paper Mario, the Origami King, you can ask me on Patreon, and I will answer whatever I am allowed to. So I'll read these questions. I have not read them ahead of time because I like to do things on the fly. So I'll read them, and if I can answer them, I will. Rob has a question, and they say, this question is less for me and more for people who keep asking. But the game is more reminiscent of Sticker Star and Color Splash, but with very small elements, accessories, connected world, etc. of older games, right? People tried to distance Origami King from Sticker Star and Color Splash, but the similarities seem kind of obvious. I will say it is much more similar to Color Splash than it is Sticker Star, but I will say it does share elements with the older Paper Mario games, as you are saying, through the connected world and accessories. Yes, so it's a bit more of the older style games, but it does not allow you don't get experience for going into battles, which is the big sticking point for people. And there's plenty of people who say, no experience, I'm not playing it. So if that's the way you feel, I say that's sad. But then you've made up your mind. I don't know what to tell you. But yes, I personally did not really enjoy Sticker Star, but I did enjoy Color Splash. And I will say, so far, I'm not allowed to give my full review, but so far I am liking Origami King considerably more than Color Splash. So thank you, Rob. Drew asks, what does Origami King what does Origami King do that other Paper Marios haven't done? Well, the ring battles, certainly. You have your traditional battle stuff where, like, your action RPG where you action turn-based RPG where you jump on enemies or hit them with your mallet or throw fireballs or whatever, and you hit the button at a certain time to do more impactful attack. But before each battle, you have the ring component, which is what I go into great detail in on the video. So please check out the video. But a very quick version is you have concentric rings on the battlefield. And the start of each battle, you have to line up enemies. If you line them 4 in a row or groupings of 2 side by side into a square, that'll get you a damage bonus, 1.5 damage bonus. And if you manage to line them up that way, then you can usually take them out in one swipe or one round of attacks. But you manipulate the rings by spinning them left or right or pushing them forward or pulling them backwards. And it's a little puzzle before each game. And you'll have a limited amount of moves you're allowed to do to line them up. So you're allowed to do 3 spins of the ring to line everybody up, or sometimes 1 spin of the ring. And sometimes it's easy to see what you need to do to line them up to get the right attack bonus, and other times it's not. And if you can't manage to get it done, then you don't do the extra damage boost, and then battles are going to go on longer because you're usually not going to be able to take everybody out in the first round. There's still instances where you line everybody up and you can't take them out on the first round anyway. But yes, certainly the ring battle is new for any Paper Mario, and I find it quite interesting. It's a bit of a you have an overall time limit to your ring spinning as well, and that adds a bit of a tense aspect to it. Whenever I'm pressured for time, I always get nervous and I can't think straight. You can up the time by getting accessories or by spending money. It's not cheap though. So you might see a whole group of enemies and you're like, I don't understand how to spin these guys at all. I don't know what to do to line them up correctly, and I just bite the bullet and line up most of them and then go in and take them out. But yeah, without a doubt, that is the biggest change here. Guy Bones says, question 1, do you find it fun and that the coins as a reward for defeating enemies are worth it? I find it a lot of fun. I really like the battles because I've always liked the way Paper Mario battles are, so I enjoy that. I really like the ring stuff just because it makes me think in a way that I wouldn't normally expect for this kind of game. And it's a puzzle element, really. It's solving puzzles. It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube. I really like it. I honestly find the battles a lot of fun. Do I find coins as a reward for defeating enemies are worth it? There's so many different ways to spend coins, especially if you're using them to extend the timer, because like I said, it doesn't come cheap. Or you can spend, I want to say it's up to 1,000 coins in a battle on toads. So you'll find toads hidden throughout the world. They're all over the place, and the interactions with them are so funny. Every toad you find has a little something to say to you to give off their unique personality. It's so well written. It's really, really funny stuff. They'll join you in battle after that, and then they're like in the crowd watching you fight, and you can spend up to it might be 999 coins per battle to have them come in and help, and they may take out enemies, or they may give you health, or they'll do something else to help you. They'll spin the ring for you to line things up. So yeah, if you use all that stuff, you can certainly you can spend your money easily and get rid of almost all of it pretty damn quickly. And then on top of that, there's stores where you buy things that you'll need to buy multiple times unless you're just gonna try and find them in the landscape, because you can find some of the things too. But like metal boots to jump on spiked enemies, or a shiny mallet to do more damage. You use them and they eventually break. They'll go from like good to kind of good to completely broken. When they break, you can go buy new ones. So there's things to spend money on. You still get a ton of money. And if you're not spending it on the timer, or you're not using the toads, then you can build up a lot of cash. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I find it satisfying. I find it's worth it. And it's kind of like the money, even though you don't level up through abilities, it's kind of like the money is your experience points, because you can use that money to buy accessories that make you more proficient in battle, things that'll up your defense permanently, or up your offense permanently, or give you more timer permanently. So it's kind of like that's your experience. Not traditional experience, obviously, but kind of like that. And then you also find hearts throughout the landscape that will add to your overall health points as well. Thank you, Guy Bones. James Jackson says, I know you can't answer this, but my only question is, for what reasons will diehard fans of Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door, dislike this game? You'll dislike it because it's not Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door. That's all people care about. Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door, any game that comes after it isn't Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door, so they don't like it. Or the experience. You won't like it because it doesn't have the experience. That's the argument that most fans make. So if you're looking for experience, it is not here. And if you're looking for Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door, this is a different game. So I'm sorry. But you do get characters that join you on the journey, join you in battle, add to the story. You build relationships with them, which I would argue is a very important part of Thousand-Year Door. That is in this game. So that might be something to woo you over if you're willing to try something a little bit different. Thank you, James. Jake Trick says, I'm a fan of the first 3 Paper Mario games. The last 2, or 3 if you count Mario and Luigi crossover, have not appealed to me. I'm not really feeling this one either. I'm not going to post any hate. I just want this game to find an audience and succeed. I feel like the target audience is divided. Do you think this will appeal to new audiences? I think it will appeal to new audiences because it's on Switch. I think Switch has a further reach and has a wider audience that is willing to check this stuff out, because there are die-hard Paper Mario Thousand Year Door fans who are going to say, this game doesn't do everything exactly like Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, so I don't want to play it. But I think there's a wider group of people who are just like, oh, this game looks fun, and it's Mario, and it's a little something different. And they don't go in with the preconceived notions or the expectations of it being exactly like the game that they like the most in the series.
It sure is boring around here.
I'm talking about a game that's not even out yet.
May the rats eat your eyes!
You know, the Patreon people ask these questions, and I'm answering them, and you're being
It was a
rude.
request from the Discord.
So we'll see what I think it can reach a wider audience because of the Switch install base, but we'll see. Double D. This is the last question.
I just wonder what Gannon's up to.
First off, I'm a huge fan of Thousand Year Door, so it's going to be difficult to topple it from the high pedestal that I placed it on. Not that it was the best game, but the writing was top notch. That, coupled with the world aesthetic and the characters that I've come to love, propelled it near the top of my all-time favorite games. So my question for you, as someone who's enjoyed A Thousand Year Door, what is your overall impression of the story and the writing? The writing is phenomenal. The Mom Brain, back me up. You watched me play it one night, and I was cracking up.
You know how good it is?
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down.
I'm looking to you for serious support here. Was I not laughing
That
a
is
lot
serious
at
support.
the game?
Yeah, you were laughing a lot at the game.
The writing,
I giggled at it when I was watching.
the writing is so well done. It is very funny. All the characters have great personalities. It's a very humorous adventure.
It's cheeky.
This is probably the best written game of any one of them, and the interactions with your side characters are fantastic. Their personalities and that humor brings the adventure to life. It's so, like, finding toads is one of my favorite things because each toad has something that they say that's always funny. Like,
If you like finding toads, maybe you should head over to Frog TikTok.
like there's one toad, I think they showed him in the Treehouse Live segment yesterday, where he I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. When you find him, he's talking about how can I talk about this?
Maybe don't talk about it.
No, I could talk about it because they showed it. Wow, they showed it in the stream yesterday. There's a toad that you find who's a butterfly. It looks like a butterfly flapping around, but when you hit it with the mallet, it unfolds into a toad. And I forget what he says, but he's standing in place trying to fly, and you see him you see the toad flapping his little arms, jumping around, pretending to be a butterfly.
Oh, is that what he was doing? Because
So
I was
good.
watching that. I can tell you what he said.
Tell me what he said.
He lets Mario know about like a combat zone in one of your lands to like practice your timing. It's like a practice space for your battles.
We might be thinking of different things. There's multiple butterflies.
Okay, well maybe there is. I didn't watch the whole thing.
I wasn't paying attention really.
I watched
Yeah.
about 3 minutes of it, and then I was like, not for me.
So why was
Although,
it?
you know what it made me think of? A Paper Mario game where it's all paper mache.
Or can you tell me why it's not for you? I'm just curious.
I don't believe in using paper like that. I think we need to use less paper and save the trees.
Well, anyway, Double D, for your serious question, you said you liked Thousand Year Door because of the world, the aesthetic, and the characters. So if those are your reasons for really enjoying Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door, I think you'll really, really enjoy Paper Mario, the Origami King. It has all of those elements in spades, without a doubt. And I haven't said enough about the world. The game world in general is just fantastic. One big connected world, looks gorgeous, so many nooks and crannies to explore and hidden things to find all over the place. It's really a joy. It's a joy to explore.